guys. Come, let us talk. So I don't know if you guys are on a dating app. I'm no longer on a dating app. I left. But you guys know I'm a bridal makeup artist, yeah. Lately, I've been doing a lot of brides, and obviously we have conversations when you're working. So I asked some of my brides recently, where are you guys finding these men from? And most of them have been saying dating apps. And I'm like, okay, I used to be on these dating apps. Where are these men? But then I come to realize this is the thing, yeah. Obviously, most of my brides that have been meeting these men on dating app, they've been meeting, the clear-skinned men. And, they're serious. They want to get married. We've been going for these color men. Those men on dating app, they're not ready to be serious. You see these clear-skinned men, once they meet you, they just, okay, that's it, class, they're happy with you, they want to marry you. But you see these color men. God help us. God help us.
Reason 1,000,001 why the dating apps fucking suck is the men on there are ass fucking ugly. Y'all literally built the fire, then climbed into the pot. You decided amongst yourselves that putting effort into how you look, caring about your appearance means you're gay. Now you're unattractive and women don't want to be with you. And yet you somehow still feel entitled to having an attractive, intelligent partner. But then she makes you feel insecure because you don't like how you look. You don't feel good about yourself. You lack self-confidence, and then you blame her. If you don't put effort into how you look and how you present yourself, why would I think you're going to put effort into me and our relationship if you can't even do it for yourself? Take a fucking shower, get a haircut, get a skincare routine, and start wearing some better clothes that fit and look good. Put some fucking effort in, and you may start getting some more matches. And if you're going to be offended by this, I would strongly suggest you look at the amount of matches you have and take a look at yourself. Do something about it.
I was just telling my dad about a guy that I had recently connected with on a dating app. Me and this guy have been talking for a few weeks. And if I'm honest, I was kind of interested in this guy. But this guy didn't want to make the effort to see me. My dad told me he ain't ever going to come and see you. And then I told my dad how I had told this guy I don't want to be an option or a backup plan. And you know what my dad said? He said, "You're not those things. You're no plan. You're not even an option. You're his twiddlywink." This is just for you ladies that meet a guy or connect with a guy on a dating app or in real life and they don't want to put forth the effort at all. Word to the wise from my dad's mouth. You're just a twiddlywink. But just remember, the right man will actually make the effort. The right guy will see that you're worthy of being pursued. You won't just be an option or a backup plan. You will be the plan. And you will be his number one choice. Love you guys.
Men will really go out of their way to disappoint you in the most out-of-pocket ways. Right before my birthday, a man that I was talking to messaged me and asked if he could send me flowers for my birthday. And at first I'm like, oh my gosh, no, thank you so much. That's so sweet. You totally don't have to do that. And he's like, no, please, I would really love to do this for you. And we went back and forth. He just wanted delivery instructions for the flowers. So finally I gave it to him. And I was like, that's so nice. My birthday comes, the flowers do not. And I wasn't going to say anything, but because he made such a thing of it, unprompted, I was like, hey, the flowers never came. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. And that's it. That's the story. For what?
Just to let you guys know how low quality these men are on the dating apps, and that they're not really there to find their match. They're just there to play dating with you so they can try and hook up with you. These are what they'll do, and if they do any of these things, they're trash. Don't make the same mistakes I made. I had a guy that would get my seatbelt for me. He picked me up, took me to a restaurant, and then told me that he downloads and uses the apps because he's sexually frustrated. Got it. Another time I was walking to the bathroom, and when I came back, he said, hey, you didn't look very good from the back, but then when you turned around, I was like, oh, she's kind of pretty. Another guy told me in the middle of dinner that I was average looking, he was average looking, and that's why he thought it would work out. Also that he had a trailer that I could use if I ever needed it. Another guy, we were riding home and I pointed out a nice restaurant I wanted to go to, and he said, maybe if you play your cards right. And obviously invited me over afterwards, and I said no. And even the ones that look like they have their shit together, like hotel executives, I've been on a couple dates with those. I literally was in the middle of the meal and the guy had his friend come over and write off the whole meal. And then as he walked through the casino and said hi to everybody, we also got free tickets to shows. Like, the whole thing was written off. It was free. Another guy that I went on a date with, I didn't finish the drink. He kind of complained and said, oh, well, at least they're tax write-offs. then took me to a really nice restaurant and then asked me to come over afterwards and pretty much threw a fit when I said no and just stormed off and was gone forever. Extreme Dusty, I dated for like almost 3 months, invited me over to his house for a bonfire, took me to like free car shows and a very cheap play. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Probably the nicest date I went on, I went to a Vegas show, and the guy was a high school teacher. His house was a disaster, and he told me he had an incurable STD, the H. And I said, I can't chance that. He was a raging alcoholic and threw a fit. No, thank you. So anyways, these men on these apps are pure trash, and they're playing dating with you. They're playing taking you on a date because they want to try and see how easy you are. Don't make it easy. Make them wait. If they wait, they might like you. Also, make them buy stuff for you and take you places you actually want to go. Otherwise, don't.
I will never return to dating apps because there's only 4 kind of men on there. Number 1, we've got the incels. These are the ones that have never had this much access to women in their lives. They will likely send you a very weird, very overtly sexual message. Then when you don't respond, they'll say, your mum's a fat slag anyway. Cuss the rest of your family and cuss all women in general because they're just angry at the world. Next, you've got the squatters. These are the ones that have been living on the app for years. They've moved all their furniture in and they're not going anywhere anytime soon. They keep paying their council tax. You could delete the app a million times, re-download it a million times, years could pass and you will still see that person there. That is their second home. Then you've got the ego hunters. These are the ones that are just on the app for their daily dose of validation. They're extremely insecure in themselves. They need it to feel like women fancy them, otherwise they don't understand their purpose in life. They are very easy to spot. Then lastly, you've got the genuine ones. Aww. These are the lovely, handsome men that are actually looking for and are ready for a serious relationship. However, they are the unicorns. They are almost mythical. But because there have been some lucky women that have had those, this is the hope that has most women on the app in the first place. But it is a needle in a haystack situation. And you're going to keep going through years and years and years of the first 3 until you find that needle. Is it actually worth it? I personally don't think so.
Here's why I think dating apps are fucking shit in 2024. So, number 1, it's a catalogue for sex for men. And some women, I'm not going to discriminate. But yeah, they swipe based on who they think is the easiest to get into bed. And I am not that type of girl. I am more harder to get, let's put it that way. But yeah, it's shit out here, to be honest. And secondly, you get ghosted all the time. So yeah. And then I'm sick of this whole go with the flow type thing. So I met somebody on a dating app which is specifically used for kind of marriage. It's a matrimonial site. And he seemed like he was, on his profile, he said like, you know, he's open to like, not open, but like seeking a long-term relationship and marriage within like 1 to 2 years and things like that. But when I was speaking to him, he was kind of like flirting with me, but flirting in like, you know what kind of flirting it is. And you know what they're after based on the way that they flirt as well. So yeah, I was getting like those kind of like creepy vibes from him. Can you please shut the fuck up? And so yeah. And I basically just straight up asked him, because I always do anyways. I always ask people, like, what are your intentions and things like that. And he says, oh, not really much, just going with the flow at the moment. Just got out of a serious relationship, like, probably 5 months ago, 6 months ago. And I was like, why are you on a matrimonial site if you're just going with the flow? If you want to shag, there's Tinder. There's a lot of other apps. And plus, if you're just going with the flow, why are you saying on your dating app that you're seeking marriage in 1 to 2 years? I don't know whether it's just me, because I'm like a bigger girl. Men don't want to marry me. But yeah, has anybody else had these kind of experiences? Because I feel like in 2024, this is the year that I'm going to become a nun. Because ain't no man, I'm not going to link a guy if he's just going with the flow. I'm not going to link a guy that gives me like kind of weird vibes that he's just looking for a quick fuck. I'm not gonna link a guy that is not serious about me and isn't serious about marriage. I'm 31 now. I'm looking for a man that is serious and wants to get married and have children like within the next like 2 to 3 years. So yeah, and I don't want anybody from India. My parents aren't gonna arrange me a marriage because they've already said no. I can't rely on friends and family because they'll have me marrying somebody from India, and that's just doesn't align with my values. Yeah, so please don't suggest anything like that to me in the comments. Just give me your funny kind of anecdotes, stories, whatever, about dating and about dating apps and stuff, because this is making me feel like shit now. Yeah, thanks for watching.